Am I the asshole for expressing my feminist takes to my BF? My boyfriend and I are both in our mid-20s. Let's call him Ian, fake name. We have been together for 2 years, and when we first met, always had super interesting conversations about our beliefs and how messed up the world is ATM. He knew from day one that I was very feminist. F the patriarchy, all that good stuff. I never hid it, and it is quite a prominent part of my personality. We are as equal as we can be in every aspect of our relationship, bills 50-50, take turns buying dinner, doing household chores, etc. He makes significantly more than me, but that's a debate for another day. I literally left a previous relationship because he wanted me to be a kept woman, and I'm just not about that. I want independence, respect and equality, especially in my romantic relationship. Ian isn't usually very forthcoming with his feelings. It took a near breakup about 3 months ago for him to finally start expressing how he feels vocally towards me. Since then, any time I express a feminist view, he lets out a sigh and acts annoyed. For example, we were watching a male fitness YouTuber talking about his training regime, and twice in the video he talked about how your training can be hindered due to having to keep the wife happy. I rolled my eyes and pointed out how this made the wife sound like a burden, etc., and was somewhat dehumanizing. Ian literally turned off the video and stormed out of the room, saying that he can't watch anything without me ruining it now. I was genuinely shocked, but apologized because I felt that I had caused an issue and taken away from something he was enjoying. Instances like this have been ongoing, and today whilst I was driving, Ian made a comment about girls not liking to do the same things as boys because girls might break a nail. I told him that sexism wasn't his color, and from here, things got frosty. Ian expressed that he was sick of me, constantly inserting my feminist views, and how it's draining him as I do it, every day. I was shocked and stayed silent. Am I the asshole? I feel as though I might be. Should I keep my views to myself? Am I actually the problem here? Am I being an asshole by pointing out patriarchy in everyday things? It's hard because I can see it in the everything, from media to my workplace, and it bothers me to experience it. Am I being too sensitive? Please tell me the truth, I'm worried I might actually be the problem here. Edit. I saw a comment which I really resonated with, basically stating that Ian might not like hearing about it, but that these issues are my lived experience. I wanted to include this in the main post, just to express some of my feelings towards the situation. Also, small update I guess too. So this is something that I feel gets lost a lot in conversations like this. I understand the idea that hearing the same general feminist points all the time could be annoying. However, when you're literally living it, and no one understands, that's soul-destroying. I feel like there aren't spaces for me to express my frustration and observations of inequality, and for sure my partner has become my soundboard for some topics. We had a conversation this evening, we're in the UK, and he explained that he likes, and usually quite enjoys, when I explain my views on a specific issue, but it's when I nitpick stuff he says that he finds annoying. I hear that, but I don't think it's totally consistent with his recent behavior, you know? Like the YouTube video for example, misogyny in the subtext can be more harmful than when it's blatant, because it's more easily digested or overlooked. Not the asshole, but it sounds like you and Ian are incompatible. Get rid of Ian, all you're gonna do is end up resenting him. He can have his views, but he clearly doesn't agree with yours and is quite hostile about it. Not the asshole and the patriarchy. Not the asshole. He doesn't respect you or your views and lived experience. He thinks listening to a female perspective is a burden. He's not the one. Not the asshole. I don't think you are the problem. I think he has a problem with his misogynist views being called out. I'm a guy and these things are what we grew up with, so it's not surprising that they come up, but by all means call him on it. He definitely deserved it for the break a nail comment. Note that in the video, having to take time from your fitness obsession to take care of your spouse's needs is not particularly misogynistic. Not the asshole. If he's so sick of you constantly inserting your feminist views, how does he expect you to feel about him constantly inserting his misogynistic views? Am I the asshole for giving a cake to my date? I, M, 29, is dating someone, M, 26, for over a month now, and it was just a few days since his birthday. Since he is in law school, we really couldn't set up a date around his birthday, so we decided to meet up on a future date. And I suggested that we spend it at a DIY baking cafe. You bake the cake you want to purchase. I thought it would be a fun date idea since we can bond and I can even give him a cake for his birthday. So come the day we met. I let him choose a cake, I paid it myself, and we were even given some freebies to play at the crane machine. I have to tell what happened in detail since it is important later. First off, we both measured and gathered the ingredients. When we both were able to get the stuff, I went to the stand mixer and started with the batter while he sat down at our workplace. As for me, I also sat because the recipe said to mix for 8 minutes. After batter was ready, we put in the molds. Here comes icing. I did the icing. But he wanted to do an ombre effect to the cake, so he also made a strawberry-flavored icing. So now we have to. I was kinda nervous at first because the attendants initially said that ingredients that are not part of the recipe will be an additional charge. Thankfully, he was not caught, and WTH, it is his cake after all. Problem is, it is his first time, and he overwhipped his icing. When we were done, we had some downtime. We need to wait for the cakes to finish cooling. When they were done and when it is time to assemble, he did his icing first. As expected, the icing was clumpy and was like butter and was not sticking to the cake. He tried fixing it, and it seemed to get worse. So I said calmly, "Let me try fixing it." All of a sudden he disappeared. I noticed him at a table, approached him, and told him, "Let's finish the cake." "Why don't you finish the cake? You're doing all the work." I was confused. "Hey, I'm sorry if you feel that way. You could have told me earlier if you feel that way, so why not you finish icing and decorating?" "Don't talk to me." He stood up, left, and messaged me, "And this is our convo. I'm going home." "Why?" "It's your cake. This is yours. Bring it home then." "But this is yours." "Why? Did I make it?" At this point I'm like, "Well, this is my gift to you. We did it together." "Well, you have tried baking. I haven't done baking. You did everything. You should have just bought a cake for me. My time is wasted for this, and should have just studied for law school." I was so shocked. I felt unappreciated and was close to tears. It is a gift after all. As I don't want to escalate things further, I just said sorry a bunch of times and begged for him to come back. He came back, but forced me to finish decorating the cake when I waited for him to come back so he can do it. After everything was done, I brought him to the train station, with him not talking to me all throughout, and just took the cake without saying goodbye. Here I am, wondering, am I the asshole in this situation? Not the asshole. And if this is how he handles his embarrassment at making a simple mistake, I'm not sure you are going to be able to build a healthy and happy relationship with this guy. Not the asshole, just stop seeing this guy. He's bad at communication and out of touch with his own emotions. He will continue to lash out. Neither one of you seems willing, able to communicate with one another. You seem controlling and likely did suck any fun out of the activity. He acted childishly by stomping off and leaving. Either communicate with one another or just break up, cause this isn't working. You are the asshole, you did all the fun work and this date was not actually about him. It seems to me like you were too invested in the cake turning out well, and you didn't want to let him just do things his way when he was trying to fix the icing he made. If I were him, my feelings would be hurt because it was my birthday, and I would have expected my partner to be patient with me on my birthday. Just my 2 cents, I see a lot of disagreement. Am I the asshole for walking away from my sister's wedding and ruining her reception? I, 26F, have 2 sisters, Shirley, who is 28, and Mary, who is 21. Shirley's getting married, and her naturally bossy and controlling nature has caused few dramas in all the months of planning. At the beginning, Shirley had 6 bridesmaids, me, Mary, 3 friends and her sil. Friend 1 walked away because Shirley wanted us to contribute $300 each for the bachelorette. And a few weeks later, her sil walked away because Shirley wanted the 2 blondes of the group, her and Mary, to go brunette so that we could all match. All of this stress has caused Shirley to act even more controlling and snappy, especially to our little sister, a very passive person who has always sought her approval. Mary changed her hair color, lost 3 kilos, agreed to look after the guests' children during part of the reception, and got a week off work to help her prepare everything, all because Shirley wanted her to. Finally, the big day came yesterday and Shirley was yelling at everyone during hair and makeup. At some point she caught Mary eating and made a rude comment about that being the reason why she still looks fat in the dress. I must add that Shirley got her a dress 2 sizes smaller than everyone else's. I bit my tongue and tried to understand that she was just under a lot of stress and not to ruin her one special day. I took Mary and went to do our makeup in another room until our sister calmed down, which caused some drama, but Shirley got over it quickly. The biggest drama happened during the reception. Mary thought she was supposed to watch the children during the speeches, cutting the cake, and first dances to make sure no child ruined the footage of those moments. But before any of that could happen, I found Shirley yelling in Mary's face in the back of the venue. Apparently, there was some essential footage Shirley wanted to get at the beginning of the ceremony, and it was now ruined because Mary was somewhere else. I intervened. Shirley started yelling at me, and I yelled back. She said we were ruining her wedding, and I told her that we would do better on her next one. Eventually, Mary, who had had a few drinks, threw up from the stress. Needless to say, Shirley got even angrier. I could take the yelling, but when she grabbed Mary's arm, I reached my breaking point and finally walked out, taking Mary with me. We missed about 70% of the reception, leaving Shirley without a maid of honor speech and without babysitting. Word got around, and some people told me that everyone was talking about it and speculating what happened. Mary didn't want to leave, and she is feeling really bad that Shirley is not talking to us yet. Now, I'm wondering if I should have just sucked it up for a few more hours instead of ruining her special day. We are all really close, and I don't know if it was worth damaging our relationship for a bit of an attitude. But I couldn't stand to see Mary treated so poorly by someone she looks up to so much. So, Reddit, am I the asshole? Not the asshole, and what unholy bridezilla mountain did you climb down off to survive this nightmare? Whoever would ask bridesmaids to dye their hair to match? Out-fucking-rageous. No and no. Bridesmaids are human beings, not little dress-up matchy-matchy dolls you prop up next to you. And gross. Poor Mary needs to grow a pair of ovaries, and stand up to this nonsense. You did right to pull her out of that highly charged situation. No one should be treated like that ever. If Shirley the terror bride never speaks to you again, consider it a win. We are all really close. Are you? Sounds like you're only close because someone has to protect Mary from Shirley. You're saying that Shirley is otherwise completely nice to be around? We really need to stop normalizing the behavior and expectations of brides-to-be. I'm always truly happy for two people who have a bond worth committing to, and love should be celebrated. But it seems like an awful lot of brides see this as queen for a day, abuse your friends, family, and the event staff. It sucks, and more people need to walk out of this kind of setting. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, she ruined her special day all by herself. Props for telling her you'll do better at her next wedding. Tears of joy. Shirley is awful. Your only mistake was in not telling her to go fuck herself months before. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for wanting to sleep in the same bed as my girlfriend on vacation? My girlfriend's parents are old school, they're, wait for marriage, don't do anything other than kiss, type of people. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years now, and we've been living together for 2. The in-laws like me well enough, but they weren't crazy about us living together out of wedlock. We explained that living together was far easier on our finances, which was true, but more than anything we just wanted to take our relationship to the next level. They reluctantly agreed. They knew we were sleeping together already. They're not dumb, they just like to pretend that we weren't. Anytime we visit her parents, I'm forced to either sleep on the couch or in the guest room depending on availability. I'm not happy about it, but hey, it's their house, their rules. They're not malicious about it, it's just how they were raised. So now we get to why I'm here. The in-laws are planning a big trip late in the summer to the Bahamas for their family, which includes their other 2 kids and their spouses and me and my GF. They announced that they'd take care of accommodations if we'd take care of our airfare. Yesterday we were talking over Zoom about rooms, and my mill mentioned offhand that I'd be in my own room. I was surprised. I said, why spend the extra money? To make a long story short, it's because me and my girlfriend are not married, while the other 2 are. I said that's ridiculous, you're just spending extra money for no reason. Especially when you know that we sleep together, as in literally sleeping, already at our apartment. We argued back and forth some more, and Phil said that was what was going to happen and that if we didn't like it then we'd have to pay our own way. I'm a petty bastard, so I said, sure. As a matter of fact, I want to upgrade to a suite with a jacuzzi. My girlfriend had to step in at this point. She said we all needed to calm down and that we'd get back to them. We hung up after that. GF then had to argue with her parents over the phone for about 30 minutes while she glared at me. She mostly told them off but agreed with them on other aspects. After she was done, she told me that I was in the wrong. Yes, her parents' request was stupid, that they had their heads in the sand, they were wasting money, and that she was on my side in that regard. But, I was still rude and petty to her parents and that what I said didn't make the situation any better. I said that maybe I was petty, but I was sick and tired of being treated like we were doing something demonic by sleeping in the same bed together, and that I had to stand up to them. And furthermore, the suite upgrade was a legitimate offer, I'd pay for it myself if need be. Now that I've had some time to reflect, maybe I was in the wrong, maybe I was being too petty and confrontational. For what it's worth, her siblings think I'm a hero for standing up to them that way. So Reddit, am I the asshole? And #X200B. Edit. For anyone curious about our ages, she is 28, and I'm 27. Not the asshole. This is ridiculous of them. Maybe your girlfriend should go alone and you use your money to have a holiday where you won't feel pissed off with half the people there. I mean, is your girlfriend really planning on sleeping apart for the whole holiday? I'd worry that if they're so unreasonable about this, then they'll make problems in your marriage too, if you decide to marry. Info. How old are you both? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Her parents need to live in the real world. You both are close to 30, certainly old enough to make your own decisions. And I agree with her siblings, but they should have also stood up to the parents as well. Everyone sucks here, soft for you. They are ridiculous and need to not be so judgmental and controlling, but you should let your girlfriend lead when it involves her parents, and she should let you lead with yours. Your objections are completely justified and reasonable but should have been discussed with your girlfriend before engaging her parents like that.